Hello comic fans, here's Earl Grey, and yes, by now I finished all 23 trades of Dorohedoro and want to tell you about my experience, if it holds up to the end, and what I think about the series as a whole. And I got an incredibly fine art book with lots of super crisp color reproductions called Mud and Sludge. It was absolutely not cheap, 83 euros including shipping from Japan, but totally worth it in my opinion. First to the series proper. What can I tell you that I haven't told you before? I already said in my older video how much I enjoyed the story and in particular the art. And this has not changed until the pretty satisfying conclusion. It was just a great ride that made me grinning in stupid delight while it is giving me the heebie-jeebies because of all the delightfully disgusting stuff that Q Hayashida had squeezed into the panels. Junji Ito's body horror is maybe more sophisticated, even though this is maybe not the right word. But the horror in Dorohedoro is always balanced out with parody, character moments, wonderful silly details, so that it's incredibly light-hearted and fun as well. Almost like some comics of Harold Dalrymple for a very far-fetched comparison. Really a strange, unique and, yes, charming mixture. And its goofiness amps up until the end, with a big conclusion in volume 23, which has more than twice the pages as the first volumes, for the same price, which is very fair. There was at least one part in the story at the end of Trade 21 where the story could have been finished before. But eventually I'm glad Q Hayashida could give it all an extra spin to an even more satisfying end. Don't expect too much though, not everything will suddenly make sense in the end. It's still a very weird and strange world, but that's what I expected, and I'm totally fine with it. As you can see here, there's hardly anything to criticize about the black and white reproductions, but a big objection I have with these parts here. Q Hayashida painted some of the intro sequences for some chapters, and they are only reproduced in the very first trades, and after that we got these very muddy, grayish reproductions, especially when you compare them to these reproductions in the aforementioned art book that I want to show you right now. This is really a bloody shame. I think in the Japanese originals they have the colored versions. If you want to see all the colored sequences in color as they were intended to be seen, you have to get this fine art book here, Mud and Sludge, which is actually the translation for Dorohedoro, or in good German, Matschepampe. But there is nothing muddy about it. This book here is very well made, and all the reproductions are super crisp, super fine, super clear, and the paper is exactly always the paper that made the art looks best. Starting with this print here, you can see this lacquerish paint on the paper here. And this is the painting for volume 1. And you can see how Q Hayashida made her cover. It's always the painting of one or two characters for the foreground. And in the background, for the background she did some kind of collage, like this one here. And combined, it looks like this. These pages from the first trade are already actually included in the trades from Viz Media in color, but of course not in this quality here, this printing quality. It looks like original art to me. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And here's maybe my favorite part of the whole book here. As they changed throughout the book all the paper, here they changed even the format to give us the idea that here are the first sketches for dorohedoro from 2000. So yeah, the series went over 18 years. And that's the first, I guess, or one of the first sketches of Cayman, our main character here. Yeah, the color reproduction qualities are insane, and you really have these, they pop from the page like they're, again, yeah, like original art. You almost think you can feel here these collaged parts. And it's such a pity that we just see these amazing experimental collages just in the very first trades, and in the later ones, to be honest with you, you can only guess what she did, because the reproductions of these are so drawn in grayish tones. It really makes me hoping that with the anime that recently came out of dorohedoro and the increasing fame around the series, that they will do a new edition of the whole stuff here. Even though I'm not so keen on upgrading my own trades here, because now I have this book here and it's such a beauty that I'm really satisfied with all of this. And look at the art here, it's just stunning. And art like this almost gives me Dave McKean vibes here, this collage stuff. And then again, how often I said it, you can frame each and every page of one book and put it on your wall, and each time I meant it, but this time here, this is so wonderful, sharp. You can look at the details and it feels really like it is painted on the page. Sounding like a broken record maybe today, even more than usual, but it's wonderful. And here we have master of the mushrooms, Ibisu and Noi and all these great original characters of this world here. And this really works with these colors. Gives you the toxic feel that some of the stories really should have, chapters I want to say, of dorohedoro. Is this great or is this great? Sorry that I can't show you each and every page here, even though it would be deserved. But there are some pages. Here we have penciled pages with pencils, so it's almost artist edition kind of thing here. And again, reprinted on some kind of special paper so that it's made clear here's something different, and it's a fitting paper for these kind of reproductions. And we have all some pages that are almost like plastic here, very slick, allowing an even more highly detailed reprint of these line drawings. I'm pretty sure you can put these drawings here even under a microscope and you won't see any printing dots. No limitations to the resolution of these reproductions. At least in my old eyes, these are flawless. Another example for the goofy design of this world here that really makes you smile and giggle despite of all the grisly stuff that will happen just on the next page. This is really a cornucopia of fantastic comic art. Highly recommended that you get this, if granted you are a Dorohedoro fan, and of course granted you have these $80 or so still available. Just look at the green of these shoes here. They almost melt my retina. And here you have the painting for volume 20. In all its glory. One thing that Dorohedoro will maybe do with you is that you won't like to eat pizza fungi so soon again, because, or fungi in general, because when you have seen all these characters here mushroomed in every way possible, yeah. Don't know if you can stomach your next pizza fungi. And here we have some, maybe end with these sketches here. Idea sketches and stuff like that, where Cool Hayashida figured out the proportions for all the characters and details like weapons and the masks. And so on. Yeah. You have the mask, this heart mask of Shin, one of the sorcerer guys. Yeah, let's end it with Cayman. And yeah, thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.